This is the letter Q. What letter is this? The letter Q. Yep, that's right. And Q is a consonant. It's a very interesting consonant because there's certain things about Q that make it different from all the other letters. Let me tell you more about that. So in the English language, when we see the letter Q, we typically also see the letter U right next to it, like almost always. And together, these two letters as a team make the sound qua, qua. Can you make that sound? Qua. We hear that qua in the beginning of the word queen. Queen. Can you say queen in a fancy way? Queen, queen, queen. Qua, qua, qua. We often see the Q and the U together in the beginning of words, such as in the word quiz, is, quiz. Oops, I did that weird. Let's try that again. You do it with me. Is, quiz. Or in the beginning of the word quilt. Ooh, I love quilts. I'm such a blanket person. I just love to be cozy. All right, let's say quilt together, saying those sounds. Quilt, quilt. Now, even though Q and U are two different letters, together they make that sound, which is one sound. Now let's talk more about how this sound is made, because kind of like the X that we talked about in our last lesson, there's more than one mouth shape that's happening when we're making the sound. All right, let's explore the sound. It is like a teamwork sound. This sound happens when the two letters Q and U work together to make the sound. So we're going to start by rounding our lips like we're about to whistle, then use the back of our tongue to block the airflow for just a quick moment before letting it burst out with a puff. Try it out. Round your lips, stop that air, and then pop it out. Isn't it amazing how letters can team up to create sounds? I think about this is where our voice is sort of like an instrument, and we have all these different cool things that we can do with it to make musical notes in a way, but instead of them being notes, they're phonemes. And so is a really interesting phoneme because we have those two mouth shapes happening with it. Let's write the letter Q in the air. So making that letter Q is going to be two lines, but one of them super curvy. All right, so we're gonna start at the top, and we're talking all the way top, and you're gonna do like an egg shape. So we're gonna go down, curve around to the bottom, but keep going, curve back up to the top and stop where you started. So we've got our big egg, and now at the bottom, we're gonna do a little slanted line. And that line starts about halfway between the middle point and the bottom point. And you're just going to do a little slanted line to the bottom. Just a little notch. All right, let's do it again. Do a big egg that takes up the space from the top to the bottom. Curve, 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 and stop. Hop down so you're below the middle line and do a little slanted line down to the bottom. And that's an uppercase letter Q. To make a lowercase letter Q, it looks very different from an uppercase letter Q. Isn't that interesting? Some letters, the big one and the small one, look almost exactly alike, except one's smaller. But that's not happening in this situation. We have a lowercase q that's very different. So to make a lowercase q, you're going to start at the middle line and do a curve around, and back up to the middle line. Then you'll do a straight line down, past the bottom. And then stopping there, you'll slant back up to that bottom line. I've actually always really enjoyed doing lowercase q's. Now, it's important to note that sometimes when people do the lowercase q, they don't always do the slant back up, and that is okay. It's still a lowercase q, it's just a different way of writing it. Okay, let's practice again. So you're going to start at the middle, curve around, back up to the top, straight down past the bottom, and do a little slanted line back up to the bottom. And that's how you write an uppercase and a lowercase q.